Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Manuishu ACCA Classes. In today's video, we will discuss single limiting factor. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will have a good grasp over this concept. So watch the video till end and let's move into the topic. So in this video, I will only explain the single limiting factor, and in coming a video, I will explain the multiple limiting factor and how to deal with that, and regarding the optimum production plan regarding finding the shadow price, slack, everything. In coming a video, I will make I will explain this topic. So if you are watching my video for the first time, do not forget to subscribe my channel and share it among your friends so that they could also have the benefit. Let's move into the today topic, single limiting factor. So what do you mean by the limiting factor? So limiting factor means your resources or a constraint or something that is creating or restricting you to operate your operation or production of the business. So anything that will create a barrier or that will not let to maximize your contribution or the profit, right? Limiting factor. This will be the limiting factor. So if we will take the example of the limiting factor, it could be raw material like flour, wood, anything that the business use to produce the product, or it could be the labor hour or machine capacity, right? So now if we take a real life example, suppose I am running the bakery and I have 10 kg of flour only, and I used to produce two products. One is the cake and other one is the cookie. But if I will produce the cake, it will use 2 kg of the flour and let me to earn $10 contribution. But if I will choose to produce cookie, it will only use 1 kg of the flour and let me to earn $6 contribution. So as the flour is the only limiting factor, only a constant that will let me restrict me to maximize my profit or the contribution. So which product I will choose to produce in 10 kg of the flour in order to maximize the contribution. So let's move into it. So first thing regarding the production plan in case of single limiting factor, the first thing we need to do is we have to calculate limiting factor. We need to identify limiting factor. In my case, as I am running the bakery, so my limiting factor is flour. So now next step is to calculate contribution per unit of limiting factor. So we already calculated the contribution in the previous slide. You can see here, and I have already explained how to calculate the contribution. It's the sales minus all the variable cost, right? So after calculating the contribution, the next is to calculate contribution per unit of limiting factor. So in our case, limiting factor is flour, and if I need to calculate for the cake, so cake contribution is 10 and cake uses 2 kg of the flour. So 10 divided by 2, it's a 5 per kg. Similarly, for the cookies, contribution provided by the cookie is $6 and the flour uses by cookie is 1 kg. So dividing these two will give 6 kg. So now, looking at these two, which one is maximizing my contribution per limiting factor? It's cookie, right? So we will allocate all the resources in order to produce the cookie, because cookie is giving the £6 per limiting factor, means which is a higher profit as comparison to the cake, right? So now how to handle the limiting factor? So first, as I said, you need to identify the limiting factor, and in our case it was 10 kg, right? Then we will calculate contribution per unit. Here I have forget to mention the contribution, instead of that I had put their profit. So it's a contribution. So it is the same as the previous one slide. So if I will provide the summary of those example, so I used to produce the two product, cake and cookie, but due to only having a 10 kg of flour, so I need to prioritize my product. So which product I will produce the first. For that, I have calculated the contribution per unit of limiting factor, and for both the cases. And for the cake it was 5 kg, and for the cookie it was 6 kg. Since cookie is giving the maximum profit or contribution, we can say the here profit means the contribution. So since cookie is giving the maximum contribution, so we will produce the cookie. So if we will use 10 kg of flour to produce the cookie, so we will earn a 60 profit and we will get 10 cookies. But if we will produce the cake, we will only get the 5 kg and we will only earn the 50 profit. So that's why we have chosen the cookie to product for the production. So what did we learn? So in limiting factor, first we need to identify the limiting factor or the bottleneck or the constraint. Then we will calculate the contribution, then contribution per unit of the limiting factor. Then we will rank the product and starting our production plan. So this is for the single limiting factor. In coming a video, as I told, I will explain the multiple limiting factor along with the graph and how to calculate in a very easy way. Trust me. But for that, you need to subscribe my channel and follow me for more updates. So thank you so much guys for watching the video and have a good day.